Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. As you probably know, the Sephora sale is currently going on, and so today I wanted to share with you guys my recommendations and also some things I have on my wish list. I really, for this video, wanted to consider Christmas gifts, things that make really good gifts to give that a lot of people would like, that aren't overly expensive, that aren't going to break the bank. So hopefully you'll get something valuable out of this video today, and I tried to limit myself. I'm only doing 6 in each category, so I can't wait to share them with you. Before we get into it though, I want to give you a special welcome if you are new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel and make sure your notifications are turned on. With that said, let's get right to it. So let's start with my recommendations. I tried to be really selective in the things from Sephora that I bought over the years that have become kind of old reliables for me. Let's start with this one right here, foundation. So the older I get, the more I have found myself absolutely loving the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. I have other foundations from Sephora that I really like, but as my skin gets older and my pores get larger and my lines get more pronounced, this foundation just seems to be aging really well with my aging skin. It's very lightweight. It's a thin serum-like formula that's very, very pigmented. So what I love about that is that you can really slowly build this up on your skin. You don't end up putting too much on in areas that you want to avoid putting too much foundation, especially like this area of my face where I don't need as much coverage. I have some lines, I have a lot of large pores here. That's where my foundation can start to look very cakey and just look gross, to where I'm a little self-conscious if someone's standing close to me, that they might just be staring at me and my cakey foundation. I don't want that to happen. So I love a foundation that's more lightweight, that I can lightly put on everywhere and then kind of build it up in just some of the small areas that I need it. This one is great. I've got my mom loving this foundation too. I know a lot of people really love this one, and I just find the older I get, the more I love it. The next recommendation is for Merit. It's the Merit Bronzer Stick. I think it's technically called the Bronze Balm Bronzer Stick. I have the shade Clay. Now, I've been a fan of this bronzer stick for a few years. I've had mine for a few years now, and I've come to particularly like this one for a couple of reasons. First off, the shade. This is the shade Clay. It is the perfect kind of in between a warming and a sculpting bronzer. It's the perfect shade to where it kind of does both. Another thing I really love about this bronzer is its price. It's $30, which I know is not drugstore price by any means, but you get quite a bit of product in here, especially when compared to some other bronzer sticks that I really love. You get 0.44 ounces in this, and as I've pulled out some of my other bronzer sticks and compared, that's quite a bit more than some of the other ones that I love. My Persona, my About Face, Essence. This one definitely gives me more product than some of the other stick form bronzers. Love the formula of this. It's nice and creamy. It's nice and pigmented. It goes on really quickly. It blends like a dream. You don't have to work too hard to blend it to where it's going to kind of mess up your foundation or concealer underneath. It's good, and you get good bang for your buck. Okay, I have another recommendation from Merit, and it is their mini blushes. So they come out with this trio, I think typically every year. I've had my trio for 3 years now. They're $39 for the set of 3. They are plenty big and they're really pigmented, so you do not need a lot of these. So the 3 shades that came in my trio are Fox, Rouge, and Beverly Hills. The one that is currently for sale on Sephora's website in a holiday set has 3 different shades, and honestly I'm a little bit tempted by it. I almost thought of moving this over to my wish list category because I do really love these things. In fact, initially when I bought these, I had intended to give 1 or 2 of them away as gifts, and I ended up keeping them all because I love them so much. You guys know I'm a sucker for a good cream blush formula. These are fantastic. And as far as gift giving goes, you could give the whole set away. You could divvy them out and maybe put them in little cellophane bags with a lip gloss or with some chocolates. Keep it budget friendly. They're $39 for the set, so that's $13 a piece, which I think is a really good price tag for a gift to give to someone or as a stocking stuffer. Next recommendation I wanted to share are the Sephora Collection blush palette. So I have one of these right now. I do plan to pick one more up. There's one more shade that I really want. It's called Deal Closer. It's the berry tone. This is the coral toned one. I think it's called Sun Chaser. These are beautiful. I love the cream blush. So you get a little cream blush here that has the little plastic divider and then 2 powder blushes on the side. They're amazing. The packaging is really adorable. It feels really nice and sturdy. And the price on these, because they are Sephora Collection, is already a little bit lower. They're $18 full price. And I think for the wholesale, the Sephora Collection items are 30% off. So that puts these under $12, which is such a great deal for a really nice, substantial product like this. I definitely recommend these either for yourself or as a gift. I think these would be a great option. My next recommendation, I think I mentioned these as a gift option every single year, and it is the Natasha Denona Mini Palette. So the 2 that I particularly recommend, in fact, I would say my number 1 would be her My Mini Dream palette. This to me is the perfect palette to give someone that you don't really know what their makeup style is. All you know is that they like makeup. I feel like this set of shades would work for absolutely anyone. It's the perfect neutrals. You get the perfect range from light to dark. The shimmers in here are great and very basic. This is the one that I'm wearing on my eyes today. I have every shade from this palette on my eyes today, and it just creates the most beautiful, neutral, leaning, cool toned eye look. Stunning formulas. I love the Natasha Denona mini palettes because their formulas are always great. They're always reliable, and the packaging is so nice. They just feel very sturdy and high-end, and for any makeup lover, I think getting a mini Natasha Denona palette is a really fun gift idea. I also love the price tag on these. They're under $30. If you can get the 20 or 15% off during the sale, that's all the better. This is my favorite one. I also would recommend the mini Starlet. This is a great one as well. The shimmers inside this one, especially the lightest one, is a little bit more glittery. It's a little bit more sheer, and I do think these two tones right here pull a little bit more purple than what you get from my mini Dream, which is much more just kind of neutral, maybe a little bit taupey, but not purple. These definitely pull a little bit more of like a soft, colorful look. I imagine this one would be perfect for giving to someone that's a little bit younger. So if you have like a teenager that you're gifting for, a stocking to stuff for a daughter or a niece or a granddaughter, I think this is a great little palette. I love the mini palettes. I think they make for great gifts, but these two ones in particular, I think would be especially versatile for a lot of different preferences and skin tones. Okay, my last recommendation comes from Sol de Janeiro. I'm a sucker for the Sol de Janeiro sprays. Now, they don't last forever. I think most people expect that. They're just kind of hair and body mist. They're not meant to be a perfume that's gonna last you for 18 hours. But they're easy to apply. They smell amazing. My two favorites, as I have stated, are the original, the number 62, the yellow Bum Bum version, and then the 59. So my recommendation as a holiday gift set, they have these jet set gift sets that are a travel spray, a shower gel, and then a mini cream. They're $34. I love having travel sizes of these because I do love taking these traveling with me. I typically, for both the original, the 62, and this one, I have the full size, and then I have the mini size. The one that comes in the travel set, I think, is 1 ounce, whereas the regular mini size is 3 ounces. So that's quite a bit smaller, but you do get the shower gel and the cream with it. So again, I think this is a great set, especially if you're gifting for someone younger. I know the teenagers love these things these days, and I understand why. They smell amazing. There are other gift sets from Sol de Janeiro, so if you're interested in that or thinking that makes a good gift for someone in your life, take a look at the Sol de Janeiro section on the Sephora website. They did have one set of 5 or 6 of the minis alone in all the different varieties. I'm particular in the ones that I like. I have tried them all and tested them all. I like most of them, but by far my favorites are 59 and 62. Both of them are warmer, sweeter, kind of gourmand smelling. They both have some vanilla in them. I think this one, which is my very favorite, has sugared violet, vanilla orchid, and sandalwood are the notes in this one, and it is just so sweet and spicy and delicious. I love it. Okay, let's talk about my wish list items. So these are things that I am maybe interested in trying for myself or in getting for Christmas gifts for people that I need to gift for this Christmas season. So let's start with the ones that I'm somewhat interested in for myself. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick these up yet, but they might end up coming home in my cart. We shall see. First off, the ABH Mini Spice palette. This palette I think has been out for a couple of years, but as I was looking through some of the newer palettes again in preparation for this video and looking at the swatches of this one, I just have a feeling this is a palette I would really get along with. I've kind of come to a new realization again recently as I pulled some of my ABH palettes out, how much I love the ABH eyeshadow formula, especially their mattes. They are so pigmented. I absolutely love them, but they blend like a dream. You could blend them with a feather. They almost do the work themselves. They're never patchy. I just have never had issues with their mattes, especially their deeper mattes, which some brands struggle to blend. The deeper shades can sometimes be a little bit patchy, but not ABH. I think their matte shades especially are gorgeous. This one's $32. We'll see. I don't really need an eyeshadow palette right now. In fact, I just bought one recently that is going to be in a video coming up very soon that I'm absolutely loving. That one may end up coming home with me, maybe not. If you guys have tried it out, let me know if it's as beautiful as I seem to think that it looks. One more thing on my wish list for myself is the Natasha Denona High Glam foundation. So this foundation has also been out for a little while. I think it came out in the spring and I was interested in picking it up then, and I found the same thing happened to me as I was preparing for this video and thinking about adding it to my cart. I got a little bit overwhelmed with the shade range. It's extensive and I don't quite know which undertone I'm going to be. So I feel like I need to go into a store to swatch this foundation to make sure I get the right shade. It's always a risk when you're ordering online. Frankly, I've had pretty good success guessing with online shades, but with this one, I just felt a little bit more conflicted in what shade might actually match me. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up throwing this into my cart or if I'm gonna have to make a trip into Sephora and actually try this one out in store. I have heard some good things about this foundation. I absolutely love the High Glam Concealer. Most things that I've tried out from Natasha Denona, as much as I hate her price tag, I get it. Her stuff is just really, really good. Even outside of just her eyeshadow palettes, which you guys know I love. So if you guys tried this one out, let me know what you thought of it, especially considering like what I said about the Futurist Hydro Rescue. I don't imagine this formula is going to be exactly the same, but maybe if you like this foundation and tried that one and it did or didn't work out for you, give me a heads up down below. Okay, now moving into some gift options on my wish list. Let's start with one that I am very familiar with that I think makes perhaps one of the best Christmas gifts you could possibly give to anyone in your life, even if they aren't a makeup lover. I think they would absolutely be thrilled to get one of these, and I have experience with this. I've given these to people and they have told me how amazing they are and how grateful they are to me for letting them discover this wonderful product. I'm talking about the Laneige products, particularly the lip sleeping masks or the glowy lip balms. I love both of these, especially this lip sleeping mask. If you have dry lips, which who doesn't have dry lips? I mean, I feel like whether you're young or old, we all have issues with dry lips. I have an 8-year-old that has issues with dry lips. This stuff truly is amazing. I've been touting it more and more recently because I've really come along to this as like an overnight lip treatment for my lips for the last maybe year or two, and it has worked wonders for me. I absolutely love it. So they have a couple of different options for holiday gift sets, and frankly, I think anything from Laneige is going to be good, whether it's the lip glowy balms, which are just kind of a slightly thinner, more like squeezy formula for daytime. You could also use these at nighttime. I don't think they're quite as rich as the lip sleeping mask, but they're also very good. So the first set that I want to recommend is the Midnight Minis Lip Glowy Balm and Lip Sleeping Mask gift set. So this set is only $21. You get 3 mini lip sleeping masks, and by the way, those ones are even smaller than this one. So I think the full sizes have about 20 grams if I remember right. This one is 8 grams, and then the super minis that come in this set have 3 grams a piece. Now initially I thought that is so little product, but then I got to thinking about this one. So this I've had in my daughter's bedroom because she gets really bad eczema and her lips get really chapped all year. So I keep this one in particular on her nightstand while I'm putting her to bed at night, and I'll put this on her lips or have her put this on her lips almost every single night. And I haven't even gotten halfway done with this one. I've had it for over a year. So I think even the teeny tiny ones that are smaller than this still would last a good while, as long as you don't just like lather it on. You really do not need to use very much. It also comes with 2 of the mini lip glowy balms. These are a little bit smaller as well. They both have 5 grams in them, whereas the full size, like this one right here, has 10 grams. So they're half the size of the full size lip glowy balms. And it does say in this set, you also get a sample of their Water Bank Cream Moisturizer and a sample of their Cream Skin Toner and Moisturizer. Even without the samples, just including the minis in this set, that gives you 5 different gift options if you want to split them up and give them as gifts for coworkers or maybe your daughters or your daughter's friends. I think this is a really good option. That's like $5 a piece. I mean, you can't get a lip smackers for $5 these days. Totally worth it in my opinion. Another option, if you want to forego the lip sleeping mask and just go with the lip glowy balm, you can also do their lip glowy balm set, which includes 4 of the mini lip glowy balms for $25, which I think is a pretty good size. They're going to be obviously half the size of this one right here, but that's still going to give you 5 grams of product, which is the perfect size for a mini in my opinion. So that's a good option. They all smell amazing. I have the gummy bear one and the peppermint one. I love them both. Definitely a good gift, even if the person that you're gifting for isn't really a makeup lover. This is just something I feel like anybody would enjoy, because who does not want to cure their chapped lips? But if that doesn't float your boat and you're looking for a lip option for someone that really is a makeup lover, they have the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Set for $49. It includes 5 full-size Tarte Maracuja lips. One of them's a lip oil, one of them's a plumper, and then 3 are the pens or balms, like the clicky balms. I actually haven't tried these myself, so this is another one that I think I might want to get so that I can try one and then have a couple extras to gift. I know my daughter-in-law loves these. I know my sisters would absolutely love these. I feel like anyone would really like these. This is also another product I think would make a great gift for a teenager in your life, kind of like what I said about the Sol de Janeiro. Any teenager or young adult is going to love a Tarte lip product. And for $50, that makes them $10 a piece. That's basically the same price as the e.l.f. ones. That's a great deal, especially if you have more than one person to gift for. Okay, just a couple more. Sticking with the lip category, I noticed that Charlotte Tilbury has a mini lip liner set available. I love the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. They are especially amazing for those of you that are older and have a lot of vertical lines in your lips. These lip liners are a little bit more thick and waxy, and they do a really good job of like filling in the areas where you have lines without running or bleeding or feathering into those lines. They also last all day long. These are great lip liners, especially for my older ladies out there that are dealing with those issues that I'm definitely dealing with myself. This set is $35. You get 3 minis of the Charlotte Tilbury lip products in her iconic colors, including Iconic Nude, Pillow Talk, and I think it was a Pillow Talk Medium, which did not look all that different from Pillow Talk, just slightly deeper. So I have Pillow Talk and Iconic Nude right here. These are both full sizes, but I've had them for a while, so they've been sharpened down quite a bit. I imagine they'd be close to this size, maybe a little bit shorter. I looked at the amount of product inside these, and it's exactly half of what you would get in the full size, which I think is a pretty decent amount. $35 for 3, that makes them about a little over $11 a piece, which is a great value. And again, you could throw these in with the lip balm, put them in a cellophane bag with some candy, and you have a cute little gift to give. All right, my last item on my gift giving wish list is from Kosas. I have been wanting to try these Kosas blushes for a while, but they have a mini blush trio. For $33, you get 3 different shades of the Kosas marbled blushes. I've heard so many good things about these, and I love a good marbled blush, like something like the Hourglass or the Laura Geller. I love those types of blushes. I love blushes, period, which you guys will know if you saw my declutter. I have a blush problem for sure. But these would make a great little gift as well. $11 a piece. The packaging is really adorable. I really like the Kosas products. I haven't tried a ton of things from Kosas, but everything that I have tried, I've really enjoyed. I feel like they're kind of trendy and vital right now. So if you're gifting for a teenager or a young adult, these would be a perfect item to gift as well. And that is it, you guys. Those are my recommendations and my wish list items for the Sephora sale. What do you guys think of this one? Do you feel like I missed something? Maybe as I was browsing through trying to compile a list together, is there something that I didn't mention that you feel like I would be interested in? I would be happy to hear your recommendations down below. I've got a few more days to shop. Let me know if you guys have plans to shop during the Sephora sale. Honestly, this is a sale that over the years I found myself skipping more and more. Except for when Christmas time comes around, when I'm really thinking about like Christmas ideas. Some of their value sets really are a great deal, and it's a great place to find those. So I hope that you guys found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope that you guys are doing well. Let me give you one last reminder if you haven't subscribed to do that now, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, I just realized something really weird. I wore a black and white striped shirt that looks very Sephora-y. I did not do that on purpose. And now I don't feel like I can do the black and white stripes in my background because it just is a little too much. Maybe I'll just write like Sephora in tiny letters on the black right there.